All right, in today's Get Back to the Gear segment, we're going to specifically talk about mounting the ability to carry arrows, whether it's for you're doing a Total Archery challenge, or you're just going to the archery range, or maybe going and doing a 3D course or something like that. Somewhere where you're gonna carry your bow, but you also want to carry your arrows on your FAST Pack, whether it be a Litespeed or an EDC. The Scout might be a little too small. But we've seen a lot of pictures of guys carrying their arrows in the transporter tail, running that inverted and running the arrows out that way. But we have another method that might prove just to be a little bit easier to pull the arrows out, transport the arrows, whatever the case may be. This is not recommended to actually go and hunt with in the field. This is, again, more recreational, more range day, Total Archery challenge, 3D course, something like that, where you're going to carry your kind of your everyday essentials in your bag, your bow in your hand, maybe additional arrows that don't fit in your quiver, or if you're not running a bow quiver, carrying them on the pack. So what you'll need for this is either a Litespeed or an EDC. You can do it with or without the transporter tail, doesn't matter. In this instance, we're going to do it without. And then you just need one of our RDDP ones, our Rapid Deployment Dump Pouch 1. An RDDP 2 would work as well. It's just a little bit bigger. I find that the 1 works just fine. So what you want to do is figure out what side of the pack you want your arrows on, whether the left or the right side. Just being right-handed, for me, right side works. So I'll leave the RDDP 1 in its compressed state for right now, just because it's easier to mount. But what you would do is you would simply mount the RDDP 1 in the center column on the PALS webbing on the side here and on the bottom row. So again, bottom row, center column. So I'll just get that weaved through. Then you want to, of course, tuck that Velcro flap back under there so it won't get pulled out. All right, so now your RDDP 1 is mounted to the Litespeed or EDC, and you can go ahead and deploy it. So what you're going to have is you'll notice that it's going to hang down a little bit lower than the back, but not by too much. Certainly less than it would if you were to use your transporter tail. So in terms of efficiency and less bulk, this is kind of the best way that we have found it. Now, depending on how many arrows you want to carry, or whatever the case may be, doesn't have to be arrows. You may want to run this compression strap around the RDDP 1. Or if you have more gear in here that you want to retain, or if you're running your bow across the center line here, you may want to run the compression strap behind the RDDP 1. Your choice. So basically what we're going to do now is just undo the top compression strap, grab your arrows or whatever, drop those down into the RDDP 1, and then run those compression straps back around. And in this case, I'm going to go ahead and run that bottom one around. Like so. And then I go ahead and tighten up the RDDP 1. Like so. So it just adds a little extra compression, and I take all that excess and just tuck it in where I can. So in this case, I just kind of slide it down in there like that. And there you have it. So as you can see, arrows are naturally kind of long and kind of hard to carry, which is why, normally you would carry them in a bow quiver. But if you want to carry additional arrows, again, 3D target range where you're losing a lot of arrows, or some type of archery challenge where you may need to carry additional arrows, this is a good way to do it. So as you can see, it's minimum bulk, actually takes up very little real estate on the pack, so you can still run your bow across the center line of the bag if you wish. So there you have it. So that's just a quick down and dirty way to to use the arrows. And then if you really wanted to get all Robin Hood on everyone, you should, depending on your mobility and your flexibility and your shoulders and things like that, be able to reach around and simply just pull an arrow out, knock it, and fire away. So there you have it. That's a get back to the gear on mounting arrows to a FAST Pack.